पिले भल पाठ पढ़तु पिले केमती दी पैसा रोजगार करतु तांको खुशी रे आमे खुशी आ चेन पिंदिया बयस नहीं आम ये कारिगर पैसा रे अभाव रे तांको भल पाठ पढ़ाई पारिलुनी उत्सव ग्रहण संभवर उत्सव ग्रहण संभवर सेटा बहुत भल लगिला मनटा भी बहुत फ्री लगिला केतबेले टिके मन बोर रहिले काम फाम कला बेले टिके 9टा 10टा राति परे जाइकी टिके फांका टाइम रे बसिकी टिके गपे आशा रखिची मो नातुणी टिके केंदी भलरे टिके पाठ पढ़ेबी आ प्राइवेट स्कूल रे पढ़ेबी सी केंदी गोटे दुनिया रे भल मनीष हो आगु करबा पई बहुत आग्रह बढ़िबो एते परिश्रम करके पैसा आनी गपी गपी की टिके पैसा आनी सेतरे तो बहुत खुशी लगियो
I grew up in one of the poorest corners of Delhi, a neighborhood called Shakur Basti. I spent my afternoons dancing on Bollywood songs and coding in the community computer lab. Through a series of scholarships, I became the first person from my community to go to a college in the US. In one generation, I went from Shakur Basti to Stanford. But my story is not normal. India has 230 million poor people, more than any other country in the world. And for most of them, there is no clear path out of poverty. Hi, my name is Manu Chopra, and I am the CEO of Karya. Karya is the Sanskrit word for work that gives you dignity. And that's exactly what we do. We bring dignified digital work to rural Indians, helping move them out of poverty. Every year, big tech companies spend billions of dollars collecting training data for their AI models. Unfortunately, rural Indians don't have access to this work. Karya bridges this gap. Let me walk you through an example. Microsoft wants to build a language model in Marathi, one of India's many regional languages. They reach out to Karya to collect thousands of hours of speech data in Marathi. Karya takes Microsoft's big digital tasks and breaks it into micro tasks. And we distribute these micro tasks to our workers in rural India via their smartphone. For this simple task, we pay our workers 20 times the Indian minimum wage. Workers like Reshma. Reshma's community had no internet. This was her first time ever using a smartphone. Despite that, with just a few minutes of training, she was able to successfully start recording sentences in her local language on her smartphone. Our high wage rate enabled Reshma to leave her village, and she became the first girl from her community to go to college. At Karya, we are reimagining how AI models are trained. We create worker-owned datasets. Our platform is built on 5 years of peer-reviewed research. It is open source, and it doesn't even need the internet. Today, over 30,000 rural Indians have completed 30 million paid tasks on the Karya platform. This scale is made possible by our incredible partners, including the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Microsoft, and of course, Fast Forward. I met my co-founders, Vivek and Safia, at Microsoft Research. And we became obsessed with the idea of using AI to improve rural livelihoods. So we decided to work on this full time. That was 5 years ago. Today, millions of rural Indians have access to a smartphone and a bank account. And yet, rural India remains one of the world's poorest areas. At Karya, our goal is to fix this, to dramatically accelerate social mobility in rural India. We are raising $1 million to scale our tech and operations. This will enable us to put 1 million people on a pathway out of poverty by 2025. Let's get started today. Thank you.